For Life would like to thank all of our sponsors. Mountain View Guide Service, J3 Outdoors, Lennon's Lures, Wolf Creek Products, and PCS Outdoors.
The Hague Spring Clip by J3 Outdoors. Simple, fast, efficient.
Hey, welcome back to For Life TV. I'm your host, Brian Flowers. This week we're going to be heading back into the state of Michigan with John Shagden. We're going to be on his trap line, showing you the techniques and stuff he uses. And hopefully we'll have a couple catches. I'm here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania right now. We got a warm spell, a lot of rain, so I'm redoing a few traps. We got less than a month. There was a deer just snorted. We got less than a month from our season. I just had a farmer come in and ask me to get rid of a couple more coyotes before the end of the season, so that's what I'm out here doing. So hoping you enjoy the show, and we'll see you. Here we are at Phoenix Composite Solutions. It's a division of PCS Outdoors. We're going to take you up in a plane where we've been trapping the past couple of days. We're going to show you the area and give you a bird's eye view of the area and show you where you're trapping. And it's always a great idea to see where you're at, and you can see different funnels where the critters are going to be moving. So we're getting ready to go off there and open up the hangar and take a ride. So we'll get back.
I'm a structure. All right, Mike? Yep.
Here you can see we're taxiing right now. So we're going to be heading up in the air. Basically what we're going to be doing is showing you the different terrain and stuff like that there, and around Lake Huron and Sabo River, where John does most of his trapping. Here now we are in the water. You can see the terrain. I mean, it's heavy forest with lots and lots of water. Basically in Pennsylvania and stuff like that, where you see other places where we trap, there's a lot of farmland, and there's really not a lot of farmland around here. But there is a lot of water. Yep, this is where we're going around Lake Huron right now. It's one of the areas that John traps a lot. He's taking us through. The Sabo River is nearby. It's another one of the big bodies of water around that area. Everything was iced over. I mean, it was brutal cold. So, I mean, there's not too much open water anymore now. This was late December. Well, that's there we are. We're getting ready to land. It was a great trip. Like I said, it just shows you different areas, and you can actually see different pinch points and stuff like that where the animals would be funneled in. I mean, they're just like us. They're going to take the easiest route. You know, you can see the different trails and stuff like that. So it was just it was a fun time, and you can learn a lot by getting a chance to go up in the air like that. Now once we land, we're going to get ready to get back with John Shagnon and get back on the trap line. We got a beaver over there yesterday, and one over in the back there. I can see the air bubbles here, so I know we. Almost through. Hope he's an otter. Another beaver. Yep, another beaver. Okay. I can't believe how much ice we got over just overnight.
It's cold.
It is cold. Well, you're not going to reset this one, John?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
That's pretty much. There's maybe one more beaver in here.
But we don't care if we catch them all. Because
That's right. We want some for
nuisance
next year, and so yeah. Just, I mean, the typical spot. Just there's a slough pipe. That's where everybody would trap, but there's just a little corridor right there. It's ideal. One more trap back here.
In there, I don't think I see one, but I'm not 100% sure. But I don't see the trap either. You know what I mean? That's the bugger. I should see the top of the trap.
Exactly.
So, never pulled it up yesterday, so I'll get started by one again.
Oh, it's still there. Yeah, you want to pull it or you gonna leave it? That was just one. Just couldn't see it. Usually you can see them when they're shut or they're shut off or set off. John's in there checking the last one, but you can see where the landowners just really do not like the beaver here. I mean, that's the kind of stuff they do, taking down huge trees. Good day. Cold. But this is one of the spots we just came back off the airplane that we showed you. The dam that we've seen is right over that way some, just a couple miles. Here in Michigan, I mean, it's basically just like parts of, you've seen areas that I do in trap in Maine, and there's water everywhere. They have a great supply of beaver, and they got a lot more muskrat than we do though too. Muskrat and mink. They got a pretty decent mink population also. It is cold. Not the biggest beaver in the world, but his fur is fur.
Brian, will you get me my dirt and a cover if you see it? Yeah, he didn't go far. He didn't even go from the on hook of the sapling.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. You have such a big.
I was actually excited. I thought we had an actual Kate. When I seen him over there, and Cooner's supposed to be sleeping now, you dummy. You want to dispatch him?
No.
So you just hit him in the head?
I did shoot him.
Scent post that.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. The drag doesn't go far, does it? They hook right
No,
up.
he was pre-hooked on a sapling.
It didn't go anywhere.
Now, if it was a coyote, it might even hold him. That's
Mhm.
a pretty good sapling, and I put extra chain just so I could have it away from, so I don't have to spend the day looking for animals. And it's a heavy-duty drag, so I shouldn't have to look far. And I'm anticipating frozen ground, so with those drags, when the snow starts coming, I won't have to worry about moving my sets around. I can just pop them in, and we're going to try that hay set. So hopefully we send you some pictures when the snow gets deeper with some of them canines that are eluding us here in this 2 days.
Yeah, well,
But-
you know, it happens. It's,
We're skinning just a little bit, and we get more time to socialize, and we're learning a lot from you. And glad you came up to see us in Michigan. And scenery's always good, eh?
it is. I love trapping other areas and seeing what other people do. It's you know, you never quit learning. You know, it's a different area, different.
Man, if the set's up there, I'm going to go up. I don't think I have one. I think we'd see it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But look at that little ones that we couldn't see. And even if somebody trapped them out of here, which they might have, they could check it out all winter long on the main river when they travel. They didn't trap all the beaver in the river.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're not going to catch beaver in here every day.
Nope. We got one.
You do got one.
Actually, Tobin picked this spot. And we got a nice guy here.
That's awesome.
Hey, Tobin,
See, that's why.
guess what
You know?
you got?
I can't.
You got the elusive one.
Well,
Yeah, it's just an ideal spot. This channel right here, you can feel it's a solid bottom.
Oh, I
So
heard
it's
it's
a travel.
stabilized in there was half the battle.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's why I was worried about that. I didn't have it stabilized good, but we're using a DR stabilizer, and I'm going to show a couple features that are really cool about it compared to the other H stands. And any of the H stands are great to use, even though this wasn't deep water, which are great for deep water channels. If I get a foot of snow, I don't need to put orange flagging or anything else on this, which I could get my trap stolen, but I'm going to be able to find this. And if we get that much snow, well, I don't need to be walking down here because it's going to be over my head. So I doubt that. I haven't seen it. Perfect channel.
It's hard for him to get it, you know, to
Oh,
avoid
you had the setters.
Yeah.
I looked for them.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to bring our otter out. What do you think, Tobin? Good? Is that a big mink or not? Otter? Okay. I was telling the, and that's, they get bigger and they get a lot smaller. So that's just a nice otter. I think the one we got a little while back, Sherry got a few days ago, was a little bigger.
That's the second one this week.
Yep, and I was glad we got one before you went home because we caught one just before, the day before you got here.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. Using a Bridger 330. Brian commented on the hooks and he's correct. That's one of the reasons I like it. I don't like the little wire safety hooks, and the safety hooks, that's what I depend on, and that's bad when those things give out, because no matter what, when I'm setting these 330s, I always keep my hands and my body away, because you can just, when you're cold out here, you can make mistakes. So this is an Asabo aluminum trap setter, and basically it's about 1 inch longer than all the other trap setters down on the bottom part, so it makes it, let go, Tobin, let go, let go. Sometimes I'm gonna take it off the stabilizer, because the stabilizer was getting in the way of the springs. But you always fold those top parts of the stabilizers in case a beaver and otter isn't caught perfect like that, so you can find your trap, especially if the water's deeper. And as you can see, I got my sputtle on because it's pretty much down in the 20s at nighttime, so some of our areas that we're going to got a lot of, so that easily set that 330, and obviously when that didn't do it easily, I knew I had some friction, so I got it off. Otter can be a patient game. It looks like this year, a week trapping and I'll be pulling 330s because I'm allowed 2 in this zone, so my wife's got one and I got one, so the next otter I get, I'll be pulling out. We don't catch them every day, but they're quite common. If you set more traps, you would catch too many, so I kind of keep it down and target beaver most of the time.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's a lot of times it's just a waiting game.
A waiting game. In fact, we made that comment because we had 2 sets in here that I was showing them that I was glad we got it in this set because you could see the river there, and this is a strategic location. That's a channel that no matter what, the otter's curiosity is going to make him, when he's swimming that big river fishing, he's going to check this out in a matter of time. And he did. I will always set, I'll try to set as close as I can to where I'm going to carry the 330, but I'm going to set it back here because when I go in there it's like Viet Cong. But if you can just envision the thickest cattails, and the water's about this deep, so basically even if it freezes, the otter's still going to swim in that channel. So that's why I chose this location. There was probably ones I could catch way quicker if I got them in one night, because it was way up the trail there, but I had to walk this far down to find the proper depth and to make sure I was going to catch them instead of having them avoid the obstructions.
John, what's your laws with the 330s? Do they have to be totally underwater?
You know, I've always, my personal preference is to put them totally underwater because it's going to reduce the incidentals, and I don't take 330s out usually till it's freezing, and if you have them above the water, they're going to freeze. So in Michigan, it just makes good sense for the trapper to set them totally under the water, and then I find the avoidance is zero when I go under the water. In fact, this is a new body grip that I never even dyed or waxed, where if I had traps like 110s, which I will set for mink above the water, but even the 110s, I'm better off setting them on a bottom edge set than I am up in a trail. And too many times trappers think because they see the trails up on the banks, that's where they should be setting. And the effective and the thing that keeps your sets moving is setting these traps under the water, and it's the ethical thing to do because I've never caught an eagle or a hawk, or I get very few incidentals, and that's one of the reasons they're targeted sets.
Different areas, different laws. That's why I'm asking now.
Oh yeah.
There is a law that you do have to
It's good
tag.
that they got a quota on them too, because that'd be great for Tobin to get his first otter, and he's got his first fox, and he's slaughtering the coon up here because when I walked down a couple days ago, he set the coon traps, and every one of those ones is getting us a coon. So he's a coon catching machine. My nickname was Cooney when I was in school, so hopefully they don't pick that up. They might start calling him Cooney. He talks a little too much sometimes too, but he won't do it when the camera's rolling. He talks our ear off when we're in the truck though. But I get those hooks in place, and it's great that he comes along, even though he ain't gonna be setting those 330s now, but he's heard this spill 10 times. Every time I set it, how I keep my hands away, my body, and it's no joke. I was up in the UP and I walked, I was excited the first time I was in otter and beaver country, and I was in my early 20s, and I walked miles up to find some beaver and otter, and I found a couple series of dams, and it was frozen like this, and basically much colder and a lot more snow, and my hand got caught in a 330, and it's not nice. And I believe I used a belt to get it out that time, but it's not fun. So try to be careful when you're handling these things. Same thing setting the big 5s for beavers in the water, the footholds. I will always pull the trap and come up on the banks, and I see guys trying to set the traps in the water. It's just not worth it for me. I take the extra time, come up and be on safe, stable ground, and then I'll take my, oh, see that little notch? That's DR stabilizers. It stands for Dave Robinson, but everybody calls it the doctor then. It's just an abbreviation, but that allows me to set that body grip upside down, and it increases my kill area by over an inch compared to just flat out.
Record.
Okay, this is a spot where we said Lake Huron is up behind us, and we had a fresh snowfall last night, and it is finally breaking above below zero, and this coyote decided to come into my hay mound fox set. So I guess Lennon's fox lures will catch a coyote too. Quite common actually. But he is actually caught with 2 MB 550s. There was 3 at the set, so he's not going anywhere. Only running a few sets around the house with the severe weather that we had. It was below zero for a long time, so I got 3 of these hay mound sets going around the house. We caught some before we pulled the lines out of the federal forest in these hay sets, so we figured we'd try them in the winter around the house, and this particular set has caught them over the last 5 years. circle over all the years. So that set's caught everything from red fox, gray fox, and coyotes, plus a couple incidental coon. But that coyote's not going anywhere, and that was a hay set with 3 MB 550s secure around it, and gave me a reason to come and see if anybody was ice fishing. It's evidently too cold for ice fishermen, but no, they're out. Yep. Hey, coyote. I'm out today with Sean Pruitt. He works in our shipping department. John Shagnon and Sean Pruitt, PCS Outdoors, Lennon Lures. And we got a nice vocal coyote. Okay, we got a 550 straight jawed MB 550. Nice November red.